an observation for the government of Ireland as to what is currently taking place in Ballymena right now at the moment. And I think what we are seeing is the result of continuously putting down people of a nation by calling them all kinds of names, from far right, fascists, Nazis, racists, to you know what, by bringing in tens of thousands of men and putting them into small towns and villages throughout the land, by decimating tourism, by filling up guest houses and hotels, and saying to people, you don't have a veto as to who we put into your towns and villages, by acknowledging that what's come into the country is 80 to 90% shouldn't be here and are illegally here in the country, by spending billions of euro of taxpayers' money, and will have ultimately nothing to show when all this is over, to have nothing in return for how much money they have squandered, by making small groups of people incredibly wealthy around rural Ireland and towns and villages all around the country, by pushing an agenda onto people that nobody is comfortable with, by saying there is no such thing as an Indigenous Irish person, by not stopping somebody calling them mongrels and in fact actually going along with it, by continuously oppressing and saying you are wrong, by saying that the people who are coming to our shores right now are the new Irish, that they will be writing the future history for generations to come. When you continuously suppress people, you're going to create cracks upon cracks upon cracks until eventually those cracks turn into a crumbling. And what we are seeing in Ballymena right now is the result of this. Has gone on for 2 years of putting people down, saying you don't get to say who comes into your towns and villages, deal with it. I don't care that we haven't vetted these people. In fact, do you know what? There are Irish murderers, there are Irish rapists, there are Irish thieves in this country. And does that give us justification to bring in more? When you see what's happened in Ballymena right now, you must understand, dear government, that this is a result of your actions. This is your fault by continuously pushing back people all the time, saying shut up and do as you are told, accept what we are doing upon you because we are the government and you shall just bloody shut up and deal with it. When you have an alleged rape of a young girl in a particular town and village, and the people know nothing is going to be done, and the people know that these people are going to get away with it, what do you expect when they stand up to defend themselves? What do you expect when they look for justice for their children? What do you expect them to do? Just sit there and roll over? This is a result of 2 to 3 years of continuous oppression to the people of Ireland, is what you are seeing in Ballymena right now. But you must understand that one of the most, if I was in charge of government, one of the most frightening scenes that if the people of Ireland realise, then you, the government of Ireland, are in serious trouble. And it was on day one when what you called the angry mob stood outside the houses of the alleged people who raped this child. The number of these, what I would consider concerned citizens of a town and village outside that house, and the number of the police force that stood beside them and did nothing because they were hugely outnumbered. If that image goes across an entire nation to go, hang on a second, we do get to say who comes into our towns and villages. We do have a problem with all these people coming in, mostly men, into our towns and villages. We do have genuine concerns. I'm not racist, I'm not fascist, I'm not far right, I'm not a Nazi. This is a genuine concern that the government have thrown at the foot of the people of Ireland. What do you expect them to do? How do you expect them to react? Now, nobody is going to condemn people attacking other people just because of the colour of their skin or their religion. But that's one little point that if the government want to focus on and still ignore the main crux as to why this has happened, well, then you're going to bring more and more trouble on your own doorstep. When we look at one of the most hallowed turfs in country being taken over by a religion that is not part of this country, that never was part of this country, and we're supposed to be okay with that. when you see the same religion having a picnic in a graveyard, at some stage you must understand that the people of Ireland that you say aren't indigenous, but we all know we are, at some stage we're going to have to feel that our noses are just being rubbed in it. We're being laughed at. Services have gone to pot in the country. We all know that. And everybody knows as to why this is happening. You're making a small bunch of people incredibly wealthy with this, no matter how you want to call it, is completely organized human trafficking. You are bringing groups of men into small towns and villages that locals are genuinely concerned about and have every reason to be genuinely concerned about it. And yet you continue to label the people of this country all kinds of names and expect us to just shut up, sit down and roll over. Well, all these cracks eventually turn into a crumble, which is what we are seeing in Ballymena right now. And the problem with it is that every single town and village throughout the land, and not only in Ireland, across the pond, in England, Scotland and Wales, are now turning around going, hang on a second. I don't blame them. Nobody cares the colour of your skin. Nobody cares who you bow down and pray to, providing that you are a genuine, hard-working citizen who contributes to society. Everybody embraces that. Don't call us racist for calling out people that are bringing danger onto our front doorstep. Don't call us racist and fascist and far right for that. They're genuine concerns that you completely and continuously turn a blind eye to. What do you expect to happen? And you can continue to try and label the people of Ballymena or the people of Ireland all these names that you try, or you can for once accept that what you have done is wrong and it has reached boiling point. And if it spills over from one town and village into every town and village, you guys have an enormous shitstorm on your doorstep. Maybe I'm wrong. I always say, don't think like me, just think. Attacking people because of the colour of their skin or their religion is wrong. We all know that. We can try and focus on that if the media wants it and the government wants it. Or we can turn around and say, look at the concerned citizens whose daughter was allegedly raped by a particular bunch of people. And of course they're going to want justice. I'd want it. I'd want justice if somebody came near one of my kids. It's human nature, isn't it? I think the government of this country, and I see Simon Harris tweeting, going, this is ridiculous, from the comfort of his own home, not even taking into an ounce of consideration as to what allegedly happened to this poor child. You can continuously play that card. But I'm telling you now, you'll lose. And you might think you can do whatever you want, seeing as you've been put into power. But don't forget, it was us who put you there. It was us who voted for you to get there. On false promises and lies, false manifestos, pre-election promises that have all turned to shit. Running around, kissing the kids, pretending you're the great guy. And as soon as you're in power, you turn your back on the very people who put you in there, the people you say you govern, the people who you say you lead, and you turn around again and so shut up, deal with whoever we decide to put into your towns and villages. Well, enough. Enough. What you are seeing in Ballymena right now is exactly that. Enough. No more. No more. Now you can, listen to my observation. Think about it. Like I say, this includes you, Mr. Government and Mrs. Government. Don't think like me. Just think. You can acknowledge what I'm saying. You can say, do you know what? Fair enough. Or you can turn a complete blind eye to it. Continue what you're doing. Continue to call the people of Ireland every name under the sun and put these people coming to our shores over the Irish people. And continue doing that. You're going to have more scenes like Ballymena. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments, am I spouting? Am I overreacting? Or is what I'm saying resonating with you? Is what I'm saying a genuine reflection as to what's going on in Ireland right now? And more importantly, what could happen throughout the entire shores? I always love to hear. Have a great day.